Well, Michael, we've been here before after these late defeats on the road, but I think given the way this one's transpired, I think it feels like the most painful one of the lot.
Yeah, very disappointing. We stuck to a game plan and we were fantastic. The boys were phenomenal. After a 2 week break, the energy levels they put in, and we could have been out of sight first half. We've had we've scored one. We've had three other good chances, and yeah, look, it's just come to bite us at the end of the game, hasn't it?
You've come away to the only unbeaten side left, the top scoring team. They can go top with their games in hand. And you've come here as well with a threadbare squad for 89 minutes. Your side were outstanding, but it was just two lapses of concentration at the end.
Yeah, it's difficult. It probably comes down to tired minds. Like I said, they've given everything after a lengthy break, which we've obviously no fault of our own, really. But there's lots of positives. We could sit here and we could be disappointed and frustrated, but there's a lot of positives today from what they did in terms of the information they took on Tuesday, Thursday, in terms of how we're going to stay solid and make them play wide, make them play long. And yeah, look, this group, I've drummed on about it, that it's a special group. It can go places if it really wants to. It's just these little lacks of concentration that ends the game when we're tired that are just costing us at the moment.
You touched on your game plan there. How much of it was down to what Quorn offered, but also, I guess, the squad that you had available to you, because you had some key players missing today?
Yeah, we had three lads on the bench, and obviously Pierre's a young lad that's not played this level, so it was a difficult one for us. But in terms of the game plan, we had Quorn watch the Corby on Wednesday, and we went in, we come up with a plan, and we thought our possession will go five across the middle. Don't let them play through us. Let the back four have it, and they just shelled it. We dealt with it, and then when they tried to play through the lines, we had to break with pace, with confidence, and we did that. And Jamal's goal was evident of that. He half turn shot goal. He's nearly pulled off another one in the second half. But the pleasing thing is that what we asked of the group, they've done. They've done it to a T. And like I said, it's just the tired minds, tired bodies towards the end, maybe. But look, we've got to learn from this. We can't keep letting this happen when we come away from home to good teams, Long Eaton here and Bedworth, where we're dominating games and then we just let ourselves down and end up losing them.
The inquest will undoubtedly begin as to how that's slipped away right at the end, but could you look back at that first half as well? You've had some golden chances. Webb's just gone through. Good save by the keeper. Tijan's hit the post from close range with that header, and some real big chances to go 2, if not 3-0 up by half time.
Yeah, look, it probably sounds like a broken record with it, but if we come here today and we literally just defended and not create any chances and still got beat, it'd be very different. The moods, obviously we're disappointed because there's a lot of talk of these guys winning the league and being champions come the end, but if we play like that, there's nothing to be scared of in this league. This Rushden tide that everyone wrote off at the start of the season can really move mountains this year, and I'm happy to lead them that way. And look, it's frustrating, yeah, but lots of positives, lots of chances. On another day, we take them. It could be like a Loughborough or Grantham when we go and score 5. So, yeah, pleasing, but overall disappointing.
We know that your team are much better than last year, and we know that there's more experience, and you're trying to see games out more in a professional manner, but it's now several occasions now this season where you've tried to see a game out, you've conceded. Is that something that Leeds looking at?
Yeah, of course, 100%. We tried the game management, and then obviously at times it ends up putting hefty minutes on the board, and it gives that team a little bit of hope, and then, like I said, when we lose concentration and then we give them goals and then the tails are up, the crowd are behind them that were quiet pretty much all game, and then you give them something to go after. And yeah, look, ultimately we conceded again. It's frustrating, but it has to be looked at. But ultimately, it's not us on the side, it's the boys out on the pitch. When them last few minutes come to games, they need to focus just that little bit more, make sure everything's solid. We don't have to go gun-ho going forward, don't have to throw bodies forward, secure it. And yeah, look, it's difficult, isn't it? Because we want to get as much into these boys as we can, but we need to realise that we can't get everyone on the pitch at times. So yeah, it's difficult.
We're obviously not going to celebrate turning a 7-1 into a 2-1 from last season, but how much encouragement do you take from the performance? The fact that, it's going to sound like sour grapes, Quorn did very, very little throughout the game. They've had 2 big chances at the end and they've taken them, so fair play to them. But for 89 minutes, as we say, your side looks so comfortable.
Yeah, that's the difference, I think, obviously, between probably the teams at the bottom half and the teams at the top. If you give them 2 chances, they'll take them, and you end up losing games. But yeah, look, driving up here this morning, walking in with things, flashbacks from last year. It was a very poor performance back end of last year, and conceding the 7 goals pretty much left us where we was in terms of goal difference come the final day. So, look, we've evolved. We said it at the end of last year, we'll have to put a team together that wants to play for this shirt, wants to play for this club, and we've done that, and I think it shows. And look, it's bumps in the road. It's not always going to be positive. It's not always going to be uphill climbs, and we just have to keep going.
Just on the housekeeping front, you're obviously missing Ryan Hughes and Fraser Quorn with injury. Charlie Green was away as well. No Livon Stewart. What's the update with him today?
Yeah, that's just an internal error with that one. So that's something we'll look at internal and make a decision on that. Obviously, Hughesy coming off the back of a bad challenge, and unfortunately has a hairline fracture on that same leg from last season. So massive loss for us. He was just getting back up to that speed of the game. He was looking so good at left back. Fraser's another one. I think there'll be a long-term injury. He's felt something in his knee go. We've been given a time frame on that, so we won't expect Fraser around for a while. And look, it's difficult at this level, isn't it? Where the boys aren't tied down, so they can come and go and when they please. Boys have holidays as well, where Chaz is today. So look, we'll have him back next week, and look, we'll work hard. We've got a fresh week now to get onto it before Saturday and hopefully get some bodies in the building.
You mentioned today you're expecting Charlie Green to be back for Sporting Calcer?
Yeah, Chaz will be back. Yeah, Chaz was only meant to miss this game. Obviously, Tuesday was rearranged, but look, Chaz will be back in the building, so another body, but we'll also have to look at more long-term in terms of fusing Fraser if we replace them and how. So, yeah, look, a lot of work to be done, but we're coming off of encouraging performance today.
You've got a week now to prepare for Sporting Calcer at Hayden Road next week. What are you expecting from them?
Pretty much the same as today, a team that want to play and are nice footballers, but look, they're going to have to come to us and deal with what we can do and the threats we have. It's the beauty of this season. We don't have to dive too much into how teams play. We can make teams adapt to how we play. I think it was testament to Quorn today. I think they thought they were going to be in for a bit of a battle, so they brought their big lads in at the start. And our players show that we don't have to be long. We can mix it on these things and play through teams as well. So, yeah, look, we've got a fresh week. We'll get back on the training field, do it properly, and then we'll just bounce into Saturday, whatever we always do.
Jarvis, thanks for coming out to speak to us. Obviously, you'll all be gutted in that dressing room at the moment, but can you just give us the players' perspective on what we've just seen?
There's a lot of positive to take, I'll start with, because obviously they're probably going to be up there and thinks they're going to be champions, like just beating Corby, but everyone's obviously gutted. We deserved it, I believe. We just didn't see it out, but everyone's obviously gutted, but yeah.
Talk to us about the game plan that was in place set by Michael and the coaches, because for 85 minutes, 89 minutes, it looked as though you were performing to a T.
Yeah, the game plan was off the ball to sit 4-5-1, with the ball 4-3-3, which I thought we'd done very well. As you can see, created a lot of chances, unfortunately not to take them. But we knew they were going to play quick and hit us on the counter-attack, and we dealt with it well. So we was fully aware of what they were going to do, and for most of it, we defended it.
You touched on the opportunities there, and we had our fair share in that first half. I was just speaking to Michael about it. Is it frustrating that we just couldn't get that third goal that we needed?
Yeah, definitely. I think if we go 2-0 up, even 3-0 up, the game's done. And even if they get 1 or 2 back, we're still ahead. So that's so frustrating. I just think we need to start taking our chances a bit more, and then obviously for the last bit, defend better.
I mean, we give Quorn their credit to get those 2 late goals. They've plugged away and they've got the win. But were you surprised that perhaps they didn't come out flying at the start of the second half that perhaps we might have expected them to?
Yeah, definitely. I thought until that last, literally about 6 minutes, when the ref said it wasn't really that challenging, but then they started throwing bodies forward, and it was like, okay, we've got to deal with a lot here. But yeah, it's credit to them. They scored.
We're speaking fresh after full time, so we haven't had a chance to see the goals back or anything like that. But can you just give us your point of view on what happened in those 2 moments?
I think the first one is too easy. It's gone over the top. He's pulled it back. He's run off one of our players. It's a tap in, so it's just lazy from us. We need to be switched on. And the second one's another one. We took a quick free kick. If it works, then us jabs it through 1-on-1, but it didn't. They put the ball down, put it over the top again. It's just another goal. Just need to be more switched on, I think, till the final whistle.
And just from a team collective display. I mean, obviously we're gutted right now, but when the dust settles on this game, to come into this one today with as many players out as we have, Aaron making his first start, dislocating his shoulder after 5 minutes, having to have that pop back into place, Tijan having to fill in midfield. Yeah. There's a lot of players out there who have put their bodies on the line today. Yeah,
there's loads of positives to take. I think all the lads done very well. I couldn't name one lad out there who didn't play well. So there's loads of positives to take. I just think that if we want to be that next level, like Quorn are, then we've got to just see the games out and we win that game. But I'm proud of everyone. So
I haven't had a chance to look at the league table yet, but I'd imagine you're still in that top half. Yeah. And it's interesting when we talk about some of these defeats like this one, Long Eaton. If you add those points on, we'd be in the top 5. These are conversations we wouldn't have dreamt of having last year. Exactly. So the strides of improvement are well and truly there.
Yeah, we've improved massively. And like you say, we could have beaten them today, and they probably will be champions. So if that's what the case, then there's no problem why we shouldn't be up there getting playoffs.
And looking ahead to next weekend, Sporting Calcer at Hayden Road. It'll be a good test against another good side, but I'm sure you want to send out the rallying cry to the fans to get to Hayden Road and get behind the team.
Yeah, definitely. All the fans superb. Thank you for coming and supporting us. Very good from the first whistle to last, as always. Best fans in non-league. So hopefully they all come down to Hayden Road, and it's going to be another toughie. They're a good team. But if we play like we did today, I don't see why we can't come away with the 3 points.